This shutter drugstore here in Southside Virginia represents a growing problem that state officials say needs urgent addressing: pharmacy deserts. And they pose a particular risk to people in rural communities.
It is the best place to live.
While Sarah Abernathy enjoys the serenity of living on 32 acres of land in Brunswick County, there is a downside. You got a bunch of land, you got the farm, you got the cows, but what you don't have
is a pharmacy.
And that presents a challenge when she and her husband have a combined 11 prescriptions that need to be regularly filled, meaning frequent trips to the drugstore.
At least every week, sometimes every other week.
For years, they relied on this Rite Aid, a 12-minute drive from her house, for pharmacy services. But amid bankruptcy, it closed its doors over the summer, leaving no remaining pharmacies countywide.
Rite Aid shut down, and we have nothing.
Does it frustrate you having to go so far?
Yes, extremely frustrating. I was angry because we were left with, it's a 30-minute drive to South Hill or a 30-minute drive to Emporia.
And though mail-order options are available, Abernathy believes that just doesn't compare.
When I'd walk into Rite Aid, they knew me and they would have my prescriptions ready for me. And the whole knowing what can be taken with what.
So you're saying those face-to-face interactions with the pharmacist in person?
Highly recommend.
In October, the State Board of Health declared pharmacy deserts a public health threat in the Commonwealth, pointing to a net loss of 32 pharmacies in 2025 so far. In Southside Virginia, represented by Republican Delegate Otto Waxman, that threat is even more apparent.
There are 3 entire counties without a single pharmacy licensed in those counties.
What does that signal to you?
It signals a problem, because where do they get the medication?
In a recent CBS 6 investigation, Waxman and the owners of an independent drugstore said the root of the problem lies with pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs. They're essentially a middleman that works with insurance to negotiate drug prices with manufacturers and then reimburses pharmacies for dispensing medications. But these pharmacists say that PBMs oftentimes do not reimburse enough to fully cover their cost, making it difficult for independent drugstores to survive.
We are negative on the majority of our medications.
I mean, is that just you have to eat that cost at that point?
That's, you're either going to eat that cost or you're going to ultimately, unfortunately, have to turn the patient away.
The PBM industry, however, rejects those claims.
What we're seeing through the data and the research is that PBMs are reimbursing independent pharmacies at higher average rates than the retail chain pharmacies that are part of a PBM business.
It's dire.
Back in Brunswick, Abernathy hopes that government leaders make this issue a priority.
We need pharmacies. We need to be paid attention to, and you can't just ignore us.
And in September, the Board of Health also sent a letter to Governor Youngkin's administration, and they're calling for action to prevent the development of pharmacy deserts in Virginia, address root problems, and promote access to pharmacy services throughout the Commonwealth. Here in Brunswick County, I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.